Agriculture in Kenya is the most dominant sector in the country's economy, which is no surprise as the nation has 15 to 17% of its total land area deemed sufficiently fertile enough, and it also experiences frequent rainfall. This means that every Tom, Dick and Harry can get into farming and make it so that it is sustainable enough to earn an income. However, this is not the case. A lot of farmers report losses on their produce. The yield they had predicted is not coming to fruition, becoming an expensive investment where you put in a lot with little to no returns. Some factors that lead to these problems are out of the farmer's control. For example, the drought that has affected the nation greatly is not something that the farmers can predict.
We have a problem of food scarcity or abundance, lack of it in Kenya, and that means that there is a lot of opportunity to actually develop solutions to increase our food productivity.
Other factors that can affect farming are outdated technology, poor record keeping, and little to no reference of crucial information about a particular crop a farmer wants to sell. Despite the fact that most farmers use outdated technology, Kenya is a really tech-savvy nation, with a lot of the younger generation proving to be innovative enough.
We are a tech-savvy country. We're actually known as the digital savannah of Africa, which means our young people are really tech savvy. They want to embrace and have embraced tech towards providing solutions. And we can see that they can provide those solutions to serve and provide for the food that we need.
So what happens then? How do we use our prowess in tech space to actually turn agriculture to our benefit?
I'm David Chiboriot. I'm the director of the E4IMPACT Entrepreneurship Centers. E4IMPACT stands for Entrepreneurship for Impact, right? We are a university spin-off from the Catholic University of Milan in Italy, operating in Africa since 2010, running entrepreneurial programs.
E4IMPACT Accelerator program is an entrepreneurial program that seeks to help startup and growth of entrepreneurs to become more and more sustainable. To be able to help the agri-tech innovators in the country, they worked together with HIFA International, an organization that is passionate about accelerating the path to living incomes for small-scale farmers. Both organizations came together to bring about AYUTE.
May I start by mentioning that AYUTE is an acronym. In full, it's Agriculture, Youth and Technology. This is an initiative of HIFA International, Africa region, which was mooted in 2021 after we conducted a study to understand the role of youth in agriculture and also the role of technology in transforming the future of agriculture in Africa.
HIFA International conducted a study where they looked into two key factors that could potentially affect agriculture in Kenya: the youth's involvement in agriculture and the application of technology to agriculture in Kenya.
There are challenges that were brought out by this study. One, the youth are not keen to engage in agriculture because they don't find it cool. They also find it as an engagement or an employment for those who have not been to school. It's kind of a punishment. They also feel that agriculture needs a lot of capital and also other production assets like land, which they lack, given that they are young, they are just out of school. And also they felt that agriculture is not profitable. So out of this study, we looked for opportunities where now we can come in as HIFA and promote agriculture in Africa. And one of the low-hanging fruits that we saw was the use of technology.
The experience working with HIFA International to run the AYUTE Africa Agri-Tech Challenge was very interesting for us, right? Because HIFA already had an idea of who they wanted to target, right? They wanted to target young people in agri, supporting smallholder farmers. And so with that clear identification of who the target was, it was very clear. So when we had a call out, and we were really surprised by the enthusiasm of the young people to actually apply for it, right? And because they really felt like this was something that was speaking to them, because it wasn't agriculture that they're being told, give solutions on how you're producing, right? Maybe taking a djembe and starting to plow the land. But it was what agri-tech innovations would they have to supporting smallholder farmers.
Through a UTE challenge, the innovators that applied in the hundreds were shortlisted, and slowly by slowly the large number shrunk down to 15, who were the finalists of the 2022 UTE challenge.
This was interesting, and it creates a lot of momentum, all right? And we got a lot of applications, actually, more than 240 full applications, well submitted, with very enthusiastic young people who wanted to see their solutions, you know, see the light of day.
In essence, all the agri-tech that we got from last year's UTE in Kenya, most of them were very relevant and they are very sustainable.
Fortunately, Cape Media was able to get a hold of 3 of the 15 finalists and got to understand how they applied key principles of Haifa International and E4IMPACT when it comes to directly affecting agriculture in Kenya, one small-scale farmer at a time. Nived Dairy Farm is located in Sagana.
Okay, my name is Samuel Buramadoi. You are at Meve Dairy Farm. Meve Dairy Farm, we deal with milk. We also make a processing of yogurts, and also we make brands.
Nived Dairy Farm has been in existence since 2009, starting with only just 2 indigenous cattle. The organization has been able to grow exponentially throughout the years, with the total population of dairy cattle now comfortably over 140. The organization runs like any other with different departments that follow through a specific job description, working together to keep the gearheads turning and the farm always producing. Samuel, being the operations manager, oversees a lot of the different departments, making sure that there is maximum profit returns from their variety of products. The organization is essential to the local area, since their source of milk is from their own cows, as well as milk sold to them from local farmers who also have dairy cattle. So already, the farm by its sheer existence acts as a source of income to a majority of the residents living nearby. Being a dairy farm, it is expected that in a day, they handle large volumes of milk, both from their cows and milk from local farmers as well. Order of operations here follow an identical order every single day. Milk is brought to the farm from the farmers as well as from their own cows. It is first poured into a large box which has 2 functions. One, it measures the volume of milk poured in liters. Once measured, it is then poured into another container which has a sieve on top which filters most of the impurities and floaters in the milk like cow fur and the likes. Once recorded, it is then taken through pipes to a quarantine area where it is pasteurized. Pasteurization is the process of heating milk or milk products to a certain temperature for a set amount of time without recontamination. The reason as to why this process is essential to any dairy farm is that it kills microorganisms and increases the shelf life of some packaged and unpackaged goods, meaning this procedure is important to other foodstuffs as well. After pasteurization, that is the point where the different products of milk are then produced, that is milk, yogurt and mala. Afterwards, the next order of business is linking with clients. The main office does this by directly engaging clients and jotting down their orders and sending them the information backstage so that the order is packaged according to the client's specifications. Here is where now dispatched milk is filled in the milk containers they came in, which are thoroughly washed to ensure there is not any contamination of the batch already pasteurized. The record of sales is kept by both departments for accountability. Keeping track of such volumes of information could be a bother, considering that recording is by manually writing it down on paper and storing it. In such a situation, there are a lot of potential adversities to be faced, such as accountability and inability to track losses to the finest amount of detail. Seeing how much of a challenge this brings to the organization, troubleshooting means that they need a database where they can not only store information, but also refer to it when it comes to matters finances. Here is where the agri-tech innovators from the IoT Challenge come in.
Optimus Consulting is a software as a service company based in Kenya. We have developed a mobile application and an ERP solution that digitizes the process of agri-enterprises, precisely cooperatives and private sector players who support smallholder farmers. So we ensure that we've digitized the whole process, right from produce collection, aggregation, inventory management, sales, vet and extension support to the farmers.
What Optimus have done is they have given NIVD a database which can easily handle most of their operations by simply recording in an easily comprehensible way. The staff are easily compatible with and are comfortable with the user interface, making interacting with the software an easy task. One of the areas where it has been applied is where the milk from the farms is measured. Optimus software has been linked to NIVD Dairy Farms hardware, so all the information is directly fed into the software to finest measurements and keeps the record stored, making the process a little bit faster since initially recording was done by manually writing the figures down and the piece of paper stored in files. This makes it slower, and referencing of the written documents takes even longer since you have to go through a lot of files. All this energy being saved by a few clicks on their machine saves a lot of time, energy, and furthermore ensures safety of the recorded information. Another place where the software is used is in the financial office.
When you collect from the farmers, the second part is here. After we pasteurize milk, there are three things that happens here. We do pasteurize for other clients. Once the record is taken from the receiving area, it comes to this machine, and once it comes, an invoice is done. The other thing, after we pasteurize our farmers' milk, we have to dispatch. The dispatch now starts from this end. The customer comes, pays through our till number. When that customer's pay is given an invoice. Here we have the invoice. That customer goes with the invoice, and that's when dispatch is done, or the releasing of the volume that that customer wants.
Payment is possible via mobile or credit, which are linked to the software, which has its own sets of prawns.
The customer sends us the order, and we process that order in this system. Now, before the customer is given milk, has to pay. So we have our phones here, where we check the payments, and that M-Pesa message is keyed in the computer, so it clears, and that's the time the Rono produces the invoice.
NIVD products are now easily accessible, transaction is quicker, record keeping and storage is done to perfection, and most importantly, accountability is easily managed since each and every action is documented automatically by the software.
Some of the products that we have, it's also done, the deliveries. The delivery is also done here. So it starts from here, from this main office. This man called Rono does the printing of the invoices, which goes now to the system. It can trace in our system.
Looking at how much manual work would have been done without the software, a lot of things might not be visible to the naked eye. Like accumulated losses to the finest degree, it becomes harder to troubleshoot any problem that arises, and furthermore, it takes much time, slowing productivity.
There are a lot of benefits. One, it has reduced the labor, because for the manual we need so many people to do that, but now it has minimized the number of people that could have been needed to do that particular job. The other thing, as I had said, it's the accuracy. You get it is a bit, it's more better. It's more better in terms of accuracy. You get the better details.
So at the moment, we find that for the produce collection, you find that produce collection was done manually and is still being done manually, unless people have shifted onto our side of the technology. So you find that this data is collected manually at the farm gate. So you find that the person that is collecting this data is not the same person that is going to key in the data, say, to the company's system. So you find that there will be a lot of inaccuracies in terms of the produce collected and the produce that has been delivered. So what we were trying to do is bridge that gap, whereby we get to see that the smallholder farmer gets to be paid for what he or she has delivered, and the enterprise gets to pay for what has been delivered in terms of products, that is. So we have improved efficiency, and we have also improved the accuracy in terms of data collection.
Optimas have made a stride in agritech because dairy farmers have now found a solution to a problem that may have hindered their chances to grow. All this is a trickle down from the vision and mission HEIFA and E4IMPACT have in their push for growth in the agricultural sector in Kenya with the youths.
The Ayute challenge, the design of the project in itself has been really captivating, both from an entrepreneur perspective and even as a participant in the project, because I felt, one, entrepreneurs out there are time sensitive. They don't want to wait for a result for 10 months or 3 months. So the process has been really paced, which allows us to know the results on a timely basis and even adapt to what the training is doing. I've also felt that how it has been designed in terms of the pitch trainings and the pitching itself presents early startups like ourselves in a vantage point to be able to make meaningful presentations to venture capitalists in the near future.
From the entry point, even before winning the competition, we had really learned a lot, and even during that period we were also advancing our product as we were still competing. So like it was a very beautiful experience, and we are grateful for the opportunity to be there.
The Ayute Challenge has been able to give innovators a perspective they could not get from their own educational backgrounds, which aids them in the long run when it comes to matters working with investors.
So the incubation now, I know we got some money, but the incubation now was the impact, the full impact that we got from the challenge. So we had experts. You know, you have a product, but you don't know how to get it out there. You don't have the experience as much as you believe in yourself. So like being at the challenge and now the incubation program, we were able to meet with people who taught us more than what we know. People who are more experienced. We were able to be shown about how they go to the market strategies and how to advance our product, how to approach our customers, the different languages that you use on different levels. You know, the way you speak to a customer is not the way you speak to an investor. So it was easier said than done. But with the kind of expertise and trainees that we had at Ayute competition, it ended and we were like, can't we have a little bit more of this? Because you could see the impact that you were having in terms of your business growth and now in terms of our clientele growth. Yes. So in terms of opportunities, after the competition, people watch TVs, people follow these competitions, and there are always people at the back watching. So back then, we used to literally go to the market to market ourselves, and the reception was not that good because you're still new, you're still a startup, so no one, mostly people don't believe in startups. So once Ayute came and we won the competition, it was very easy for us to approach clients because now we have a reference point. Like there was someone who believed in you and you were out there and people saw what you're doing and they've seen the impact of what you're doing and now they believe in what you're doing. So like for now I can tell you, like I'm very busy. We have clients calling in and out. They want our product, they have questions about our product, and we are ever happy to accommodate more and more clients. So we've grown in capacity in terms of our product and in terms of our clientele base. So yes, and we are looking to having more clients.
This just goes to show how essential the partnership between E4IMPACT and HEIFA International is to our agricultural sector. It has a ripple effect in the economy in that a lot of individuals benefit one way or another, be it by acquiring a job, innovators linking with investors, and most importantly, farms in Kenya are able to grow, and slowly by slowly, food shortage in Kenya continues to decrease.
One of the things that we look at, or what we do as a challenge, we provide awards to the top 3 winners. But it's not about winner take it all. We also provide intense trainings to these innovations. So besides the 3 that get the awards, we also train the finalists, like 30 of them who get to the final stage, and they are facilitated to get to the market. We also link these innovators to financiers, to other investors, angel investors, who can see the opportunity and partner with these young entrepreneurs to scale and to commercialize these innovations.
We had to do some online bootcamps to train the young people, to bring them on the same level as they develop their ideas further. And so the partners, people like FAO and others, who have actually been in the agri-food space, were able to come in as mentors. We actually work also with some impact investors we've been working with, and they would actually come in and speak to the young people on how they could shape those nascent ideas to become investable ideas, right? So that relationship with, let's say, key actors, people who are already supporting the value chain, E4, FAO and others, and looking at also from the investment side, partners who are investing, or what we are also calling enterprise support organizations. So we had the Kenya Climate Innovation Ventures and others who are also supporting ESO, they call ESOs, right? Enterprise Support Organizations, who are already supporting the young people, giving that technical input on how the young people could shape the ideas was great. So there was good synergy between the interest of the young people and partners that were coming on board to support the initiative.
There is a lot of partnerships available, prospective partnerships. Most of the businesses, I felt there was an area that we could be able to partner just to ensure that our businesses are becoming better. In terms of the trainers, I felt they provide the requisite content that I would probably be looking at as a business owner to grow my business to the next level. In terms of the entrepreneurs that we've interacted with at the Youth Challenge, their businesses are exciting because they are areas of collaborations and partnerships, and the trainers specifically, I feel they are people that I could work with in the future just to grow my business to the next level.
To any innovator out there, here's some piece of advice for you. Apply for the next Ayute Challenge.
Starting is the beginning of everything. Don't just say it, start wherever you are. So if you believe in yourself, just go for it. Shoot your shot and you never know. We had a product, but we did not know how good it was until we shot our shot and we saw actually people really believe in our product. And now where we are with our product, I can tell you we are offering a very competitive product. And so if you're out there, the experience itself rather than the money is worth it. Just being there, meeting other innovative people, talking to them, you get to advance in yourself as the innovator and also your product itself, and you get to be out there. Yeah. So yes, if you're out there and you're thinking about the competition, don't think about it. Just go for it. Present your product, shoot your shot, meet other people, and I'm telling you, you'll learn a lot from that.